How's everybody doing?
Doing well. Can't
Perfect.
complain. Ready to get this party started.
Well, then let's do it. Welcome, everybody. Season 2, Episode 7 of Hexproof from Ward. We're glad to have you all. Um, it's going to be a fun episode.
Yeah. Anyone do anything fun this weekend?
It was Easter this past weekend, so I started a new tradition at the for my family at my grandma's house. Do you guys want to hear about it? It's pretty
Yeah,
Of
awesome.
sure.
course.
So it started off as a joke. Um, I said I couldn't figure out what I was going to bring, and then I said that I was going to bring one single cube of cheese and hide it outside, and then whoever found it won. And then I forgot to bring a single cube of cheese, but then luckily my aunt brought a cheese and veggie tray. And so I found a single cube of cheese and I hid it outside, and then it was up to everybody to find it. And then the tradition is Ava found it this year. So she got to put it in her brown paper bag. So everyone went outside with a brown paper bag. So she found it. She got to put it in there. And then it's the Easter cheese cube. And then for 2026, she got to put her name on the paper bag. And then it goes in my grandma's freezer, and then she gets to hide the same exact cheese cube next year. And then whoever finds it gets to put their name on it in the year, and it just keeps going. And we get to see what a cheese cube looks like after being in the freezer every year.
Oh
But it
no.
also it also has to be put outside somewhere before anybody else gets to my grandma's house. So it gets to sit outside for a while and thaw before everyone goes to find it. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited. Yes, Josh.
So it goes away in hiding for or like it gets stored away for a while, then it comes back to life like Jesus.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And also, Dylan picked up a couple of comics for me. So I thought I'd show those off if everybody's down.
Sure, dude.
Um, okay. It's going to kind of be difficult. So the first one is this Daredevil #1. There. Yeah. So it's a cool variant cover. So I'm going to start reading that one.
Well, there's a glare, so we couldn't see it super well, but neither can Dead.
I'll post a picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Neither
then
can
this
he,
one.
so. Oh hell yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. So
Cool.
it's a new Untold Stories of Jace. So they did this one. They did another uh Planeswalker not too long ago. If anyone knows which Planeswalker that is, throw it in the comments and we'll send you something. Um, yeah, and then my books from Neil deGrasse Tyson came in today, and they're signed by him. So pretty
Oh,
stoked to start reading those
sweat.
too. But yeah, that was my weekend. What are you guys up to?
Oh, just kind
Huh?
of, yeah, shoot.
Oh, I just went to my grandma's yesterday and did Easter things. That's pretty much it.
Did you
Nothing
hide a
too
cube of
exciting.
cheese at your grandma's house?
No.
Dang
It
it.
was windy. It probably would have like blown all over the place. I don't know.
It's a block of cheese.
Block. I was thinking like a tiny cube.
Yeah, it is. It's a little cube.
Okay.
It wouldn't have blown if you put it in the grass or something. Sam?
Oh, we hid eggs inside the house, and the three
And
nephews spent almost an hour and a half trying to find two eggs, and it
Like
was
chicken
best.
eggs or Easter
Yeah,
eggs?
colored eggs, but they couldn't find them.
Oh.
It was hilarious.
Oh.
Don't you go to society garden?
Say, have a good episode,
He's
guys.
speaking
Let's go,
Dutch.
guys.
I gotta go lay
Yeah.
down.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
before we get too derailed, yeah, Eli just wanted to come say hi. But
What up, boy?
Josh, what did you do?
Saturday I actually went to Mage Comics in Indy and I did some free play Commander and
Oh,
had a lot
nice.
of fun there. It was a nice group of people. Had a couple different pods and got some games in with just kind of going out into the community a little bit. It was fun.
Awesome. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, we got a new ambulance finally. It was supposed to be in October, and it finally came in. They went and picked it up, so that's where this hat came from,
Dang.
and that's why Eli was like shoving my face into the camera. He wanted me to show off my new hat.
It is a cool hat. I can see
It's
why
gonna
he'd do
take
that.
like 3 or 4 weeks to get all decked out on the inside, but then it'll be out and moving around. It's pretty cool. It's a different color scheme from our other ones, but yeah. Okay, bud. All right, all done. Go hang out with mommy.
Spider-Man.
Go hang out with mommy. All right. So for this episode, what's on our plate, Josh?
Well, I hope you guys have prepared to talk about prepared because that's what we're preparing to do now. And then
Nice.
after that, I will take point on our Esper deck build. So, speaking of which, prepared, the new mechanic coming to Secrets of Strixhaven, where creatures have to meet a condition to become prepared, and then you can cast a spell that they've prepared from exile.
Okay.
Yeah. What are our thoughts on that? Any of these particular spells stick out to anyone?
Mhm.
Um, I think it's interesting that we're seeing like reserve list cards, and ban list cards, showing up on cards that aren't technically, it doesn't technically make them reprints, but it's kind of a weird loophole that we've seen in this set. Like I'm excited for this set because they've put a lot into it. But I really hope they didn't put so like all of their eggs in a basket and kind of like we don't get much from the other sets that are coming out this year that aren't UB sets.
Well, it is Easter, so where else would they put their eggs?
In the freezer.
With your cheese cube. Yes. But I think even like some of the staple spells, like Harmonized Trio, the Merfolk Bard Wizard, uh, with the fish abs. I don't know if you've seen that art yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a cool one. For a blue, you can tap the Harmonized Trio and two other untapped creatures, and it becomes prepared. Then you get to Brainstorm, which is where you draw three and put two from your hand on top of your library in any order. So, I mean, this is just another way to set up that Intruder Alarm Merfolk combo too, just on a body. So that's pretty neat. I think Merfolk decks are going to be pretty excited about this one. So I imagine this one will not be a bulk dollar. I think Merfolk got enough gas in their tank to gas this one up. That's what I'm
Yeah.
calling here.
Should we
Mhm.
talk about what prepared is just in case if people don't know what it is exactly? Like how it works and everything?
Yeah, like maybe get into some of the nuances of it. Do you want to take the reins on that one?
No, I think Keith can because Keith
Oh,
already kind of read a lot into it. Uh,
I'd have to watch the video again.
while Keith watches the video, has anybody tried these neuro gums? It's like energy and focus gum. It's got natural caffeine, L-theanine, B
Where is
vitamins,
that?
zero sugar. Uh, so it's refresh your body and mind. Zero sugar, aspartame free, gluten free, vegan. Caffeine to boost your brain, L-theanine to balance, vitamin B6 for your brain, and then vitamin B12 for your body. So, it's a gum that's kind of like a stimulant gum, but not too crazy. I don't know. I ordered one of the Carpe fancy deodorant, and it came with free NeuroGum, but I don't think it's supposed to look the way that it looks in this little packet. So you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this, but it's like brown in the like middle and bottom parts. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's supposed to be all white with like blue specks in it. So it was free, so it is what it is. But anyway,
Neurogum, not a sponsor.
yeah, Neurogum is not a sponsor. We have no sponsors, and it's probably because we're like that. We'll just give our actual way we feel about things. And I've tried it before. I had it when we did the last Pokepalooza, and it was nice. But I didn't really. I think it was just gum. But how do you, Josh, when you work your long shifts, what is your caffeine go to while Keith is looking up prepared?
Usually just good old-fashioned coffee. Just like in college, I would do 2 pots of Cafe Bustelo. I've cut back since then, so
2 pots a day?
yeah, that's also I didn't realize I had ADHD, so I didn't realize I was self-medicating. So
Oh my goodness. Okay.
yeah,
All
it's like,
right.
man, it's like if I drink enough coffee that I only have one thought at a time, and
Yeah.
then
Wow. That's a lot of like regular sized pots, or did you have like a smaller
no, like
since
a
we were
yeah,
in the
regular,
dorms?
just your regular plastic like Black and Decker like pour over coffee thing. Yeah, no, it's just like the regular diner pot, 2 of them.
Wow.
Like, wait.
And my
Nice.
heart
All right.
didn't
So
explode.
I'm looking at one of the guys that has prepared.
Okay.
So for Emeritus of Conflict, this is the one that has lightning bolt attached to it. So prepared is like a state-based sort of thing on the card. You can become
Mhm.
prepared and you can lose preparedness. And when
Okay.
it's prepared, you're allowed to cast the spell attached onto the card. And Josh mentioned earlier that you're casting from exile. And when this is cast, it still can be interacted with. So it could be like countered or copied and so on.
Okay. So it's
Also,
not is it like the is it like Eldraine where people would go on a journey and then you could play like that side of their card where like the creature would go away and you could play the other half of the card and then they could come
I think
back,
the
or
creature
is
has to
this
be out on the
like
field and it has to be prepared before like
okay, so
everything is satisfied to cast a spell.
the creature and the prepared part both stay on the battlefield at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's
I
like the
do,
Yeah, Josh.
prerequisites.
I would like to add something. With prepared, like let's say you go to cast that brainstorm and someone doom blades the merfolk in response.
Hmm.
The brainstorm is still cast.
You almost said brain fart.
The brain fart is still cast. The fart resolves.
See, if you had neuro gum, you would
Fart does
be
not
you
fizzle.
wouldn't have brain farted.
Yeah,
This light's doing way too much. Anyway, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, so I was seeing on some cards it said like what the card had to do to be prepared, but then I saw on other ones it didn't, and they weren't matching up. So it's different for each card on how it gets prepared then.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Okay, okay.
Some
All
of
right.
them can repeatably be prepared and some are just like a one-time thing, but obviously they interact with other cards that would help you prepare.
Yeah,
All right.
like listen to the hoops that this green one has to jump through. It's ridiculous. For like Emeritus of Abundance for 200 green, you get the Elf Druid with Vigilance. This creature enters prepared, and then whenever this creature attacks, if you have 8 or more lands, this creature becomes prepared. How is mono green ever going to be do that? And to cast that
Yeah, that
regrowth
one is
spell.
so good.
At
Uh,
at least, at least they can try and I
Yeah,
don't know.
I like that they really kind of pushed the bound. You really have to earn that one in mono green. Having
Yeah.
eight
Yeah,
lands,
Well,
impossible.
it'd be a real shame if they added more ways to get even more green in green for this set. Yeah, Keith.
the whole cycle of the Emeritus, I feel like all those are probably worth picking up for sure. One's Lightning Bolt, one has Regrowth we were just talking about. I don't see the other ones right now, but I'm sure they're just as spicy with some staple spells stapled onto them.
There
Yeah.
is a very spicy common one called Studious First Year for 1 green mana. It's a bear wizard. It enters prepared,
Same.
but you can do rampant growth from it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for this set I kind of wanted to just buy singles because there's a lot of cards that I wanted, so I just went ahead and bought singles for this set. But when we go to Magic on Vegas, we'll get packs with our badges too, so I'm excited to see what we open with our packs.
Oh yeah,
So
and of
yeah,
course the blue Emeritus of Ideation is 3 double blue, and it has Ancestral Recall stapled onto it. Ancestral Recall
Yeah.
is 1 blue instant. Target player draws 3 cards, and big legendary card.
yeah.
And
Josh.
whenever
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
yeah, whenever this creature attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, this creature becomes prepared. So that one's
Ooh.
repeatable for sure.
Yeah.
So if you have a way
Essentially,
to play cards from exile, then it's nice. But you have to keep those 8 cards in exile, so you have to
I mean,
keep exiling, right?
it's like Treasure Cruise or whatever that card is
Yeah.
from. Uh, yeah. So you have to pretty much delve to play a banned card. So I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
Um,
What were you
I
what were
do.
you gonna say, Josh?
I was just saying, like, it opens a whole new world to various commanders, like Eshki Dragonclaw, where she cares at the beginning of your combat. If you've cast a creature spell and a non-creature spell, you get to draw the card and put a +1/+1 counter on her. So, Eshki decks are gonna love this mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Another one that comes to mind is the Killian from Thunder Junction, who not Killian. Oh my goodness, I have Strixhaven on the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Kellen. No,
Yeah, Kellen.
Kellen from Thunder
Yeah.
Junction. Who cares about casting from exile? All of these prepared spells are coming from exile. Okay,
Yeah.
Keith, you too.
Yeah, it's kind of like the inverse of adventure cards because those want to be cast from your hand,
Those are
and then
those are
they're
the ones I was
exiled.
talking about. Yeah, from
Yeah,
Theros.
but
That's or not Theros from
so
Thrones
yeah,
of
those are
Eldraine.
like
Yeah.
played from exile and they're played separately. But this one, obviously, it needs to be in play, required to play the other half of the card.
There is
Right.
one that's going to be good, be slotted in for Necrosar.
Ooh, who is it?
It is Noctamon, Lore Spinner, 2 and a red. It's just a creature, Jackal Wizard, 3/3.
Jackal.
At the beginning of your upkeep, if a player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, this creature becomes prepared, and it prepares the Wheel of Fortune,
Ooh,
Oh
wheel.
yeah,
Fortune.
which anybody doesn't know is a 2 and a 3 sorcery. Each player discards their hand, then draws 7 cards.
Yeah. Unlike Wheel of Misfortune,
So,
which says a lot of words on it.
given that you have a a Grixis red, black, blue deck, you can make them discard. Someone's
Mhm.
always going to have no hands, and you're just every turn wheel, wheel, wheel.
Yeah. 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 It'd be a real shame if you had a combo in there that when that happened, you were able to end the game. All right. Are we prepared to move on to the next segment, Josh?
We sure are. We'll go to the next stage of our deck building series where we're going back and making sure that we've built every possible color combination imaginable. And I was given the opportunity to represent Esper. And with that, I bring you, drumroll please, Eriette the Beguiler.
Nice.
And she is a human warlock for 1 in Esper. And she has lifelink, and then whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a non-land permanent and opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to that aura's mana value, you gain control of that permanent for as long as that aura is attached to it. So,
Okay.
theft via enchantment. Okay.
But also, what were the other rules for this build?
Oh yeah,
What are the other things we have to make sure of?
we were restricted to 3 block sets, and then
No. We were
wait, no,
restricted to 3 sets.
we are restricted to 3 sets, not 3 blocks. Uh, we are restricted to all the cards ever. No, we are restricted to 3 sets, and then we do have access to cards that came in the pre-cons to just make it flow well, like the rocks and stuff from the pre-cons. But for the most part, we're really trying to deviate and just stick to those sets.
So what were your
Um,
sets for this build?
For this build, we have Outlaws from of Thunder Junction, and we have the Wilds of Eldraine, and we have Theros, the OG Theros.
Oh, perfect. All right. So let's get into your creatures.
Okay, So for our creatures, we're going real heavy into the OTJ, coming out with our Caustic Bronco. Whenever it attacks, you reveal the top card of your library and put it to your hand. If he is not mounted, you lose life equal to that card's CMC. If he is mounted, your opponents lose life to that CMC, and that's your just good old snake horse mount for one and a black. We have ourselves Duelist of the Mind for one and a blue, flying vigilance. Duelist of the Mind's power is equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. And then whenever you commit a crime, you may draw a card. If you do discard a card, this ability only triggers once each turn. So when we're just having Eriette function, we are committing crime, so we can filter our hand while we're doing what we're doing anyway. And also on the topic of us just committing crimes, we have Servant of the Stinger for one and a black. You get yourself a human warlock with Death Touch. And then whenever Servant of the Stinger deals combat damage to a player, if you've committed a crime this turn, you can sacrifice Servant of the Stinger. If you do, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So it is a tutor. We have ourselves a Treasure Dredger. For one and a black, you get yourself a human rogue who you can pay one, tap, pay a life, make a treasure token. It's going to help mana fix our our 3-color commander. And if we don't want to just use our enchantments on our stuff, we can always target Agent of Fates. For 1 and 2 black, you have a human assassin Death Touch with heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Agent of Fates, each opponent sacrifices a creature. And then also to slow down our opponents, we have Aven Interrupter for 1 and 2 white. We have a Bird Rogue with Flash flying. Whenever it enters the battlefield, exile a spell, it becomes plotted, and then spells your opponents cast from graveyard or from exile cost 2 more to cast. This is also going to be really good against Prepared now that I say it out loud. So I expect this card will become
true.
this card will become more expensive. I can tell you that much. Burnished Heart came from OG Theros. Let's go. You sacrifice this 3-drop artifact creature to search your library for 2 basic lands and put them onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. Then also helping us out with our lands, we have Claim Jumper, Rabbit Mercenary, that whenever they enter, if an opponent has more lands than you can search your library for planes and put onto the battlefield tapped. And then if they still have more lands, you get to do it again. Then we have Daxos of Miletus. Can't be blocked with creature's power 3 or greater. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you exile the top card of their library. You gain life equal to that card's CMC. And then until end of turn, you can spend mana as any color to cast that. So it's another way we can steal stuff. And we have the original Eriette for this is the Orzhov version where it's 1 white and a black. You get yourself a human warlock, and each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. And at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control. We have ourselves Kumbal Profiteering Mayor. Whenever one or more tokens are created on the battlefield under opponent's control, you get to say "me too" and get that many tokens as well. This activates only once each turn, but you get the number of tokens they get in that instance, which is pretty sick. And then whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses life and you gain a life. Okay. So our opponent's stuff is not just safe on the field, because we have Lazov, Familiar Stranger. You have a Shapeshifter for 1 in Demir. Whenever you commit a crime, you put a +1/+1 counter on Lazov, and then you can exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature is exiled this way, Lazov becomes a copy of that creature. And we're not done committing crimes, because we have the old Nimble Brigand. And then Nimble Brigand can't be blocked if you control, if you've committed a crime this turn, and then also whenever you deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. We have Rattleback Apothecary for 2 and a black, Gorgon Wizard with Death Touch, and then whenever you commit a crime, target creature you control gets your choice of Menace or Lifelink until end of turn.
Just in case people don't know what committing crimes is, in Thunder Junction, committing crimes is anytime you target opponents, anything opponents control, and or cards in their graveyards. So those are all crimes.
Mhm. And then we have Neva, Stalked by Nightmares for 2, a white and a black.
I've never been stalked by nightmares either.
Then they are a legendary creature, human noble with menace, and when she enters the battlefield, you can return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. And then whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on her and scry 1. We have Rhyme for Reindeer, not to be Rudolph's distant cousin. Yes, for 3 and a white, whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. Then we have Gary himself, Gray Merchant of Asphodel, for 3 and 2 black. When he enters, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is your devotion to black. He was in the original Theros, and you gotta throw Gary in there if you see Gary.
Why is Gary so scary, Josh?
Gary's so scary because he drains your opponents and makes you healthier. That's why Gary is scary.
All right. But we love Gary.
Yes. So going into our sorceries, we have the Insatiable Avarice. It's a spree sorcery. It starts out with 1 black pip, but we're not done yet because we can spree for 2, search our library for a card, then put that card on top of our library. Then we can pay an extra 2 pips to draw 3 cards. Target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. So I guess if you needed to target an opponent to kill them with their last 3 life, you can do that. But you're probably going to target yourself and draw.
True.
We have ourselves the Requisition Raid. You spree starting with 1 white pip, but then you can add spree for additional colorless. 1 additional colorless can get you destroy target artifact. Additional colorless could get you a destroy target enchantment. And an additional colorless could get you +1/+1 on each creature target player controls. Okay. And then we have Eriette's Lullaby, just for flavor. It's a sorcery, destroy target tap creature and gain 2 life. Then we have one last job for starting at 2 and a white, but it's another spree card from Thunder Junction. For 2 colorless, you can return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. For 1 colorless, you can return target mount or vehicle from your graveyard to the battlefield. And for 1 colorless, you can return target aura or equipment from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach it to a creature you control. You can pay any variant of these spree cards. So
And you can pay all of them too if you wanted.
absolutely. Then we have Asinine Antics. For 2 and 2 blue, when you cast Asinine Antics as though it had, you can cast it as though it had flash if you pay 2 extra. But for each creature your opponents control, you create a curse roll token and attach it to that creature. So if your opponents have creature tokens, they both have CMC of 0, and so you just gain all of their tokens. It's pretty sick. Then we have another flavor one, which is Eriette's Whisper. For 3 and a black, sorcery speed, target opponent discards 2 cards. Then you create a wicked token, attach it to a creature you control. It doesn't necessarily mesh with the deck, but it has Eriette's name in it. We can cut it later if we need to. And going.
Sorry. Just for people that are listening and not watching and may not know what the Wicked Roll tokens are. If you control another roll on it, put that one into the graveyard. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. When this aura is put into a graveyard, each opponent loses 1 life. So they're all kind of different rolls too.
Oh, thanks for shouting that out. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then going to our instance, we have the Final Showdown, another spree from OTJ. At 1 colorless, all creatures lose all abilities until end of turn. At another colorless, you can choose a creature you control. It gains indestructible until end of turn. You can pay escalate to 3 and 2 white, destroy all creatures. So it's like a scaling board wipe. We have from OTJ a counter spell, which is Phantom Interference. You can uh, add 3 colorless to make a 2/2 flying spirit with flying, or you can also pay 1 colorless to counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. We have Bovine Intervention. For 1 and a white, you can destroy target artifact or creature. Its controller make a 2/2 Ox. We have Fleeting Reflection for 1 and a blue. Target creature you control gains Hexproof until end of turn. You untap that creature, and it becomes a copy of another target creature. And then we also have Shoot the Sheriff. For 1 and a black, you destroy target non-outlaw creature, which is mean you can hit anything that is not an assassin, mercenary, pirate, rogue, or warlock. Get into our artifacts. Get ourselves some lava spur boots. One to cast, 1 to equip. Equip creature gets +1/+0 haste and ward 1. Soul ring taps for 2 colorless. Arcane signet taps for any of our commander's identity. Collector's vault pay 2. It's 2 CMC, 2 tap. Draw a card, then discard a card. Create a treasure token. 2 Demir signets tap. Pay 1 tap for a blue and a black. Lightning Greaves, 2 CMC, equip 0, has haste and shroud. Orzhov Signet, 2 CMC, pay 1 tap for a white and a black. Swiftfoot Boots, 2 CMC, equip 1 for Hexproof and haste. We have one of my favorite cards, Hilda's Crown of Winter, 3 CMC for 1. You can tap it to tap target creature. This ability costs 1 less to activate during your turn. You can also pay 3 and sacrifice Hilda's Crown of Winter to draw a card for each tap creature your opponents control. We have Bident of Thassa, 2 and 2 blue. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. You can also pay 1 and a blue. Creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. Then we have Eriette's Tempting Apple, another flavor pick. Apple flavored pick to be specific. It is 4 CMC legendary artifact food. When it enters, you gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. You can pay 2 tap, sack it to gain 3 life, or you can pay 2 tap, sack it, make an opponent lose 3 life. Then the only enchantment that I have so far is Intimidation Campaign. It's 1 a blue and a black. When an Intimidation Campaign enters, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life and you draw a card. And then whenever you commit a crime, you may return Intimidation Campaign to its owner's hand. And then we have our mana base. We have the Concealed Courtyard, which enters tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. And Evolving Wilds that you can tap sack, look for a basic, throw in the battlefield tapped. We have the 3 deserts that from Thunder Junction that enter tapped but do a damage to an opponent to get that crime going. We have Unknown Shores, tap for colorless, or you can tap and add 1 mana of any color. It's from Theros. It helps us filter. We have 2 temples that came out in Theros. The Temple of Deceit, which is the blue-black one, enters tapped. You scry 1. And then we have Temple of Silence, the white-black one. You scry 1. It's same as the enters tapped. You scry 1. Then the other one we have is the Reckless Fortress, which enters tapped, taps for white or black, and then you can pay 2 a white and a black, and it becomes a 1/4 black and white nightmare, and until end of turn it's still landed. Then whenever it attacks, defending player loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life.
Perfect. So what are you looking for, Josh?
If you haven't noticed, Eriette is really focused on using auras to gain control of our opponent's permanents. And I forgot to put any auras in, guys. This deck's not going to function right now. I'll need your help to
Oh
find some.
no.
Let's see, man. I think it's looking like I'm going to need a full uh 26 auras or so. So I need your guys' help to find those.
26 auras. That's insane.
Or we can also have like support cards too. We can you can find support cards too, but yeah. But we need a lot of auras. I would like at least 18 auras. I want this to be ridiculous.
Josh, what's an aura?
An aura is an enchantment that instead of it enchanting the entire board state, it enchants a specific permanent. So you can have most auras are enchant creatures, but you also have enchant lands. I mean, it'd be pretty rude to steal our opponent's lands, wouldn't it?
I don't know, man. Um, for this one, since we're looking at just certain sets, I'm gonna be making most, if not all of my picks from Theros. I hope that's okay with you.
Yeah, I think that's a strong set to pull from because it's very enchantment heavy. So you guys have a decent pool to pull from there. So I'm excited to see uh, what.
So we could do that. Like I could look at Theros if somebody wants to do Thunder Junction, and then someone else wants to do Eldraine, and then Josh can just bounce around all three of them since you've already kind of looked at all three. I think that might be helpful because it's kind of hard trying to find certain cards that fell into each set. So if all three of
Yeah,
us kind of break it down and one of us looks at each set, that might make it a little bit easier for us to
yeah.
try and
Now,
help
I
build
did
this.
notice that Soul Rings in there. Are we permitted to pull from the commander set too, as well?
From
This
the
is a Soul Ring from Thunder Junction. So
yes,
Oh,
yes, yeah.
never
those
mind.
those
Every single card in here has the correct set symbols. So all of these cards came from the sets that Josh referenced. So we've got Outlaws of Thunder Junction, so Wilds of Eldraine, and the original Theros.
yeah.
So
So those commander products are fair game.
yep,
Uh, yeah,
as long as they are like the Thunder Junction commander deck, they are the Wilds of Eldraine commander deck. Yep. Um, let's see.
You said you were picking Theros. Sam, do you want to pick one real quick?
I'll take Eldraine.
Eldraine. Okay, Thunder Junction for
And then
me.
Josh, yeah, you can jump around all three because you kind of have already seen all three. Just makes it a little bit easier because it's kind of a little more difficult, but I think it's fun being able to um, do this kind of thing.
Well, now I can access the commander decks, so that might open up some options for me. And
I have a fun aura.
let's hear it.
Ordeal of Heliod.
What's the big ordeal with that one?
Well, if it'll load, I'll tell you. For 15 cents. Oh man, no, I gotta change it. Hold on, hold on. I gotta switch. Change it to Theros. Okay. So for 1 and a white, you enchant a creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then, if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice Ordeal of Heliod. Whenever you sacrifice the ordeal, you gain 10 life.
That sounds like a heck of an ordeal to me. Hope there's multiple in our colors still.
I got something that will pair well with that.
Okay.
From the Wilds of Eldraine commander, we have Mantle of the Ancients. 3 and 2 white. Chant creature you control. When this aura enters, return any number of target aura and/or equipment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to an enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it.
Mm.
I wanted to explain as something specific that might open the window for a few more picks.
Okay.
Uh, I'm going to pitch Night Howler.
Night Howler.
There.
This is from Theros.
yeah,
So
there's a
sorry for
lot of
stepping on your
those.
turf, but I did want to explain this mechanic to people who weren't familiar.
Bro, back off. Hold on,
Night.
I gotta switch him. I gotta make sure he's in the right one.
Yeah.
Select.
Yeah.
There we
Perfect.
go.
Okay. Night Howler for 1 and 2 black, you get a horror, but uh in the Night Howler, an enchanted creature get plus X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. She's like, but what about enchanting a creature? Oh, that's the bestow mechanic. Bestow for uh that's 2 and 2 black, correct? Yeah, for two
Yeah.
and two black. If you cast this card for its bestow cost, it enters as an aura and you attach it to target creature. This does not have to be a creature you control. You can use bestow creatures to steal your opponent's creatures. And then if
Mm.
the board gets blown up, the fun thing is their creature dies, you get the bestowed creature back on your board. So it's a little bit of like a backup for a board wipe. Pretty cool.
Have another fun one that has
Yes.
bestow,
Yeah.
and I'm hopeful you'll like it.
Mhm.
Boom. Where did it go? Where did it go? The hopeful Eidolon. So for 1 white, has the bestow for 3 and a white. If you cast this card for its bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached to a creature. Has lifelink. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has lifelink.
Yeah. Also, inefficient enchantments are still good with Eriette. So like paying 4 or 5 for them because then that just gives you different options for what you can steal with her. So don't worry about the CMC. We want all sorts of different CMCs. We accept all CMCs here.
Yeah, there's no CMC that's not CMC'd here.
Yes.
Okay, what about like locking down a creature so it can't untap?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's my only option.
So I think that so funny enough, Keith is in a I think Keith might have to go to Theros with you because Thunder Junction had almost no auras in it to support this commander that is all about auras.
It does have a counter spell though.
Uh,
Counter spell. Well, I'm just looking at auras, and I have one that steals a land, and then one that taps enchanted permanent.
let's steal the land though. I like that.
Except Enchanted Lane has tap, add 2 mana of any one color, spend this mana only to cast outlaw spells or activate abilities from outlaw sources.
Well, luckily most of our creatures are warlocks or
Oh,
rogues.
dang. Okay. That kind of works then.
What's
It's
the
called
card?
Also, we're gonna
Discreet Retreat. And then it also has whenever you cast your first outlaw spell each turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life.
is it enchant land we control or enchant land?
It just says
Enchant land.
enchant land.
Oh heck yeah, that means we're yoinking our opponent's land. Let's go.
Speaking of
Discreet
yoinking,
Retreat.
I've got another creature for us that has a bestow cost.
Let's hear it.
Nimbus Naiad.
What'd you call me?
I called you a Nimbus Naiad. I think I spelled it wrong the first time. For 8 cents? What is this? Okay. So the Cumulonimbus, for 2 and a blue, has a bestow of 4 and a blue. Flying, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying.
Nice. I would like to. Can we finish the big ordeal with the ordeals real quick?
Ooh,
Uh,
the Ordeal of Thassa is another ordeal that we could have.
Absolutely. And then there's also the ordeal of Erebos.
Okay, we'll do Thassa first, and then we'll do Erebos. The Ordeal of Thassa for 1 and a blue. Enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice Ordeal of Thassa. When you sacrifice the Ordeal of Thassa, you draw 2 cards. And what's our last one? Erebos.
Yes.
Okay. The Ordeal of Erebos for 1 and a black. Enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice the Ordeal of Erebos. When you sacrifice Ordeal of Erebos, target player discards 2 cards.
You want to be able to way to just pull out auras whenever you attack.
Yeah, let's pull out auras whenever we want.
Okay, so we need Songbird's Blessing.
That's probably
S
one word.
apostrophe.
Songbirds,
It's 3 and a
ring.
white, enchanted creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, reveal the cards from the top of your library until you reveal an aura card. You may put that card on the battlefield. If you don't, put it into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library in random order.
That's sick.
What set is that from?
Wild of Eldraine's commander.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I know that we're stealing opponents' creatures. If opponents have a way of sacrificing their creatures so we can't steal them, do we want to have a way to give them their creatures back from the graveyard?
Let's see what you're cooking with, and then we can decide if we want to.
It's a sorcery,
Yeah.
so it's not an enchantment, so it's a little different.
Okay. What? Let's see.
Need more auras.
You may not like it, so we can get rid of it here in a second. Sea God's Revenge. So for 5 and a blue, so it's kind of expensive. Return up to 3 target creatures your opponents control to their owner's hands and scry 1. So it's not really. It's kind of just getting them off of the battlefield in case we can't deal with them. But
Not my favorite first.
all right, then we will remove that one.
We could
We'll put it back in my hand.
I would maybe return to swine though, or turn to swine if we needed just mass spot control.
Well, but also, if we want spot control, there is a one of the more leaned on spot control cards in Theros, in Swan Song.
Is Swan Song a game? Swan Song's not a game changer, is it?
No,
Oh, sick. Okay, cool.
No.
I just have to find the Theros version.
Yeah.
So a Swan
is
Song for
like
1
a
blue,
CEDH
counter
card, though.
target enchantment, instant or sorcery spell. Its controller puts a 2/2 blue bird spell creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Sorry, Eli is falling asleep while I'm holding him, so he's rubbing his face like a kitty cat on the microphone.
Uh,
Cool. Do you want to scroll up real quick?
Sure. How far do you want me to go?
Creatures. Okay. Thassa's Emissary.
That's the one I was just about to say. Man.
3 and a blue. Enchantment creature crab with bestow for 5 and a blue. Whenever Thassa's Emissary or enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3.
I feel like we finish each other's sandwiches sometimes, Keith.
There's that the rhyme for reindeer that made it looks like Elsa's castles in the background, and then that's like the elk. I thought maybe that was Frozen adjacent.
It might be. Josh,
I mean,
have
it
a card
reminded me
that
of it.
works with Hilda's Crown of Winter.
okay.
So it's another creature. I know we might not want more creatures, so I'll put it up here, and then if we don't want it, we can get rid of it. Wave Crash Triton. So for 2 and a blue, it has Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Wave Crash Titan, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So I know Hilda's Crown likes to have a lot of tapped creatures your opponents control. So that's the only reason I brought that one up. If you don't like it,
No,
too bad.
that's
I'm
good.
just kidding. We can get rid of it. But
No, it's good to have like scaling things. Also, let's say a clever way to work around if our opponents have something that's outside of our CMC that we can target. We could always use Artisan of Forms from Theros.
let's see, where did that go?
Second
Up at
card
the top. It is Human Wizard for 1 and a blue. Heroic, whenever you cast a spell that targets Artisan of Forms, you may have it become a copy of target creature and it gains this ability. So another way for us to get a copy of something, even if its CMC is too high. Like it's how we can get a copy of their Blightsteel Colossus. Keith.
Baleful Eidolon. 1 and a black. Bestow 4 and a black. Death Touch. Enchanting creature gets +1/+1 and has Death Touch.
I don't know where that went.
Did you add it? 'Cause it's still in the search bar.
Nope.
Swag.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Do we want Erebos in here or no?
Would you like something that you could control on what's attacking at
Yeah.
some point? And what you would want is a misleading signpost.
Oh, nice.
That's funny.
For a 2 and a blue artifact with flash. When misleading signpost enters the battlefield during the declare attacker step, you may reselect which player or permanent target attack creature is attacking. And you can tap it for a blue.
Jesh.
Yes.
So for bestow, is the bestow cost the one that determines the main value we can steal?
I don't think so. I think bestow is like the cost to be able to make it as an enchantment, but the card
says if
still
you
has a
cast-
mana value.
It says if you cast this card for its bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it already has a designated CMC.
Let me see if there's any rules down here.
Josh, can we put the Whip of Erebos in here so all of our creatures have lifelink?
Sure.
And you can steal creatures from the graveyard, hitting
Yeah.
crimes.
Yeah,
I think it's
all the crimes.
it's from your graveyard, so
Oh.
it's not crime.
Yeah,
if
return
you-
target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
my
It
bad.
gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely need more auras.
Yeah, that's why I was
I-
running into a lot of bestow creatures, so I'm trying to find some.
Also, bestow is fine. You just gotta. I think I definitely want my last 10 cards to all be enchantments that can go onto our opponent's creatures in some capacity.
Okay, so do you want bestow, or would you rather just have straight up enchantments?
Bestow's good too. Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
to answer to Keith's question, no, casting card with bestow cost does not change the mana value.
Oh, cool. Because yeah, a lot of the bestow costs are really expensive, and yeah, I thought that would.
Because this is an
Make it easier.
alternative casting cost.
That makes sense. I have chosen by Heliod. 1 and a white enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When chosen by Heliod enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2. Chosen by God.
God himself. By God.
Oh, my science. That's what Neil deGrasse Tyson says.
Now, I have a cheap aura, but it would be a way to pump up one of your creatures.
Sure, send it.
Up the jams. Pump it.
We have Ethereal Armor.
How do you spell
1 white
ethereal?
mana. ETHEREN.
But ether.
Ethereal.
Ether. Real.
Oh.
Real.
Kitty. My kitty.
ETHER. EAL.
Yeah.
Armor.
Got it.
It's a single white pip.
Oh,
Enchanted
no.
creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and has first strike. Comes from the commanders.
You're a weapon.
I love it. That's
Kitty's
great.
eating the mic. Kitty's eating the mic.
It's okay. Eli was doing the same thing.
Some ASMR. Scourge Mark.
You're a +1/+0.
How do we feel about Gift of Immortality?
I hate it. I'm just kidding. Scourge Mark. 1 and a black enchant creature. When Scourge Mark enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0. What was that card, Josh?
Gift of Immortality.
Arrows.
Gift of Immortality.
It's 2 and a white enchant creature. Enchant creature has when enchanted creature dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and return Gift of Immortality to attach to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. So it's like, you think you can get away from us? No, it's coming back and attaching to you again, and we're getting it again.
Yeah, I thought maybe that card was tricky, but it's as straightforward as it sounds, I guess.
we have a way to be able to draw cards with an aura here. We have Sage's. I don't know how to say the name. Reverie.
Yeah, you
there.
said it right.
3 and a white, enchant creature. When this aura enters, draw a card for each aura you control that is attached to a creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura you control that's attached to a creature.
That's a really
Oh,
cool
yeah.
art. I have word about Erebos' Emissary.
Let's do it.
Let me make sure I don't already have that in there.
I said a couple Erebos things, maybe. Oh no.
It's another snake. For 3 and a black, bestow 5 and a black. Discard a creature card. Erebos' Emissary gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. If Erebos' Emissary is an aura, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Instead, enchanted creature gets +3/+3. Weird.
Can we scroll back down to enchantments?
Nope.
Never.
Never.
How about I like the idea of
Master White.
the scourge mark. So how about we do Fate Foretold?
Okay.
And then when
Nice.
it enters, draw a card, and then when enchanted creature dies, its controller draws a card. So we would be the controller when it dies, if it dies.
Cavern Lampad.
Yes, yes.
Another fun creature with bestow. So for 3 and a black, bestow for 5 and a black, has intimidate. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has intimidate if you bestow it. If not, it's just a nymph that's +2/+2 with intimidate.
We have a 4-mana aura that we can use to steal something and make more powerful. We have
Okay.
Angelic Destiny.
Heck yeah, brother.
Boom.
Again from Commander. It's 2 and 2 white, enchant or creature. Enchanted creature gets +4/+4, has flying and first strike, and is an angel, in addition to his other types. When enchanted creature dies, return Angelic Destiny to its owner's hand.
Nice.
You know, for the
Love
longest
it.
time, I
That's
spelled
what we like to see.
angle.
I've seen crab cheese angles at the Chinese buffet before. Common mistake.
Now, we also have one that you can potentially make indestructible.
Okie
Send
dokie.
it.
We have a Timely Ward, 2 and a white. You may cast a spell as though it had flash if it targets a commander. So you might be able to steal somebody's commander depending on its cost. Or if you've already stole the commander, whatever. Enchanted creature, and then enchanted creature has indestructible.
I love it. Oh, look at you there. We are at 100.
Look at
What?
that. And look at our total cost, guys. $116.49.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
beautiful.
would you look at it?
You want to deal some hands?
Yeah, let's
You want to catch these hands?
yeah.
All right.
Look at that mana curve. No cards above 5.
That's pretty cool. Let's check this out.
Solid.
Deal another hand.
Yeah.
Deal another hand.
Ruh-roh. There we go. There we
That's-
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like when we deal these
There you
hands, like the very first
That
one or
that
two
is
hands,
like
it doesn't have like all of the
Look at that.
stuff on it.
that is
That
like,
is like a
one of the
perfect starting
perfect
hand right
commander
there.
hand right there.
That's a perfect way to start a game. So
got your
for those
colors.
of you that are listening and can't see this glorious hand, this hand has an island, a plains, a concealed courtyard, which enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. So there you go. This is your 3rd land. You tap it to add a white or a black. You've got your lightning greaves. You've got your swiftfoot butch. You've got an arcane signet, and you got the caustic bronco. So I mean, you can't ask for a better hand. Our average number of lands in opening hand is 2.33. So a couple of our cards are going to get ripped into thirds, but other than that, I think we're good. Average mana value of your main deck is 1.78 with lands and 2.67 without lands. The median mana value of your deck is 2 with lands and 3 without lands. This deck's total mana value is 176.
Yeah.
176 trombones.
Yeah.
All right, what is the name of this deck, Josh?
Like
Please hold a name.
the apple of our opponent's eye. Yeah, yeah.
How would you describe this deck?
We're just handing out enchantments to our opponent's stuff because we're nice like that.
You getting enchantment. You getting enchantment. You getting enchantment.
Giving out enchanted apples to everybody.
Oh, I like that better. Handing out enchant to the apples.
Bobbing for enchanted apples. Enchantmented.
All right.
We-
What themes are we in here? We definitely have some themes going on.
Yeah. So I think our
Auras.
first
Auras. Got it. Boom.
and then
It's kind of budget.
It's budgety.
$100 budget.
I mean, it's $100, so
I mean, like also if you go for the prints that aren't the OG prints from the sets, it'd shave $30 off it real quick.
And a lot of those
I mean,
some of those
really,
cards are list cards too, so
Yeah.
well, and some of them are actually cheaper when you find the OG ones, which is crazy. Would we say this is a little bit of control since we are kind of controlling?
if we're stealing things, oh yeah.
So then is Esper gonna be our next one? Oh, enchantments.
Yeah.
What about eggs?
There it is.
We might not have another one until we get to theft.
Mm-hmm. I just slowly go through here.
I would say this would be a mid-range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Modified because we're changing up creatures. I got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Webcam friendly?
Do they call it theft thieves?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, I was looking for it too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm happy with that. I think you guys found a good assortment of enchantments to slap on people's stuff. I like coming at from the different angles, looking at the precons for a little more depth as good sleuthing all around. Feel pretty good about this one. What do you guys think about it?
I just like stealing things. And it does a good job of that. So I'm a fan.
Up next, black, red, green. And on my screen, Keith is underneath Josh. So
cool.
Keith will be putting together black, red, green for next week.
John.
And no Theros, no OTJ, no woe.
Yeah.
However, will you survive?
I don't know.
Woe is you. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I think it's a lot of fun being able to only pick from certain places and make something happen. And it's kind of fun, each one of us kind of picking one of those sets and kind of delving deep into those sets to try and see what we can do. So we're done with Wubba Lubba Dub Dub. Now we're doing Jun. So does anybody have anything else they want to talk about before we get moving?
I think it resolves.
All right. This episode resolves. See you next week.
Bye,
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Hexproof from Ward. If you liked what you heard, you can continue to listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube. You can give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. We'll see you next week.